gone?
Oh, well, there's that. Hello. Mm. Gonna use you. Bingo. All right, so I was paying attention to the old stream, and in order for you all to hear me better, like I should be sounding fine right now. However, my issues with the when I had streamed and what's it called? Huh. I done lost the name of it. When I had streamed split second, the issue was that I couldn't. You all probably couldn't hear me over the game, or maybe that you could, but you'd have to pay really close attention, and that's just flat out uncomfortable. I know what the issue is, and it's because of the way I have my mic set up in my headphones here. It's because over on OBS, my headset is turned up to the max. So, um, let's see. I know how to do this. Give me a second. Here it is. So I'm gonna turn this up a little bit more, and maybe, just maybe, things will be a bit better. If not, then I will freaking I'll turn down the thing here, but I can keep a close eye on the mic screen, and then yeah. So now that a bit of time has passed, I can actually confirm that this part will show up in the VOD. I'm gonna get some music started in a second. You're gonna have to bear with me that it's gonna be a lot of video game music and maybe some stuff that I have come by to get myself in the mood for writing certain things. So tonight, I want to. Well, first, I'm gonna bring up the Discord thing. Truncated. What does this mean? Um, where is it? Here it is. Oh, nope, wrong one. Here it is. All right, so usernames have been truncated. I don't know what that means, but go off. All right, so here's what we're working with. Well, outside of that, we're also going to. I'm looking for my music right quick. Huh. I guess right now we're gonna focus on characters. Or first, we're gonna focus on the organization of things, and then from there, we're gonna think about writing the arcs. But first, I want to talk about a number of things. Okay, so the oldest house firstly started off as the House of Disorder, and I gotta get my water right quick because I'm just now coming off of work, so I gotta deprogram a bit before I start really doing what I want to do here. Mm. All right, so excuse me. I'll just put this side by side. I'm not feeling this music though. Let me think about what I want to write to. This is also how I do homework. Thank God I'm almost out of college. I was about to go insane. I am gonna go insane. What do I want to listen to? I'm about to open up SoundCloud. Does Musi have? Hold on. Nope. It's only on phone, which is fine, I suppose. Let me do this. We're just gonna have to follow how this is going to go. That's really satisfying. All right, so here it's kind of daunting because now we need to figure out where to start. All of this is mostly a overview of every little idea I've had. So I've already written one of the character files for the ferryman, which is the first character I've ever really came up with while I was bored out of my mind writing this. So I suppose we'll touch base on this guy in a minute. The character file shouldn't take too long to write, but of course, with how I am kind of doing this, it's a little bit complicated, right? And as you can see, everything here kind of has a point. So I suppose we should start from down or up to down, right? But I already know in what order I wrote this, so I kind of want to tackle it in that way, because I know that if I do it this way, this is really long. If I do it this way, if I do it in a way in which I understand it, then maybe things will go off relatively easily. So, seeing as how we started off with the Otis house itself, that is a house, and it stands at kind of the premise of the entire thing here. So, can I make this go away? Nope, doesn't look like it. So, here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna open up another Word document. We're gonna type this in MLA style because I mostly just like the format. And we're not going to, or I'm not going to just copy and paste it. I want to read it and see if there's anything I want to change first. So let's see what's going on here. Where are we at? We're in houses. So we are going to do this. We're going to title this House Files. I'm going to bold this and then make it really big. Alright. Alright, so, if you would simply just, we're gonna read this, right? We got the Otis house itself, right? Does that look off center to you? It looks off center to me, but whatever. It's not an assignment. Boy. All right, so the Otis house. This place has existed over millions of years and is supernatural in nature. It can change itself. It has been a church, a house, a graveyard, a sanctuary, and just about any building, structure, or area that will grant the desires of those that need it. Inside this place, everything seems normal until you look deeper and notice. Okay. People walking through walls, walking up walls, flying around and genuinely doing things that make their lives easier in this place. People you know here look different, but you can still recognize them. The Otis house's effect on those who enter it changes the way they experience it. So it isn't like the house is giving people powers. It's just that being inside of it allows people to do the things that human beings have wished for: being strong, being brave, attractive, safe, and strong, and many more. The house can sense the desires of those around it and use those desires to create what people need it to be. Not all desires can be granted, though. Typically, only the stuff that is in the house that is in the house can be granted. But right now, the house is a school. So I kind of have a notion of how I want to reword this if this is how this is going to go. So how about we write it like this? The oldest house is an entity that has always existed, because there are some secrets that I am gonna write here instead of in the Discord, because everybody on the right hand side of the Discord bit is supposed to be playing the game. But yeah, so let's do this. We're gonna write in the house files what I'm hiding from the Discord bit, right? So the oldest house is the Garden of Eden. It is the first place that was created by the Creator. And after Adam and Eve was cast out of it, the house itself, instead of just remaining as the Garden of Eden, it changed to fit the desires of individuals. It can be animals as well. So let's just take everything I just said as a concept and put that on paper. The oldest house is an entity that has existed since, oh wow, since the start of creation. No, how about since the creation of Earth? Okay, there we go. I don't know what the hell that was, but that's okay. We're still here. It was once the Garden of Eden. See, now this is lore, right? We're gonna take everything we said, everything we're saying right here. We're gonna go straight into the house lore and kind of transcribe the context of the oldest house, right? But since we're in the house files right now, and this is the oldest house itself, I'm gonna type out what exactly it is here, and then I'm gonna do it again in maybe a shorter or more detailed form in the house lore. So how about this, right? It was once the Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden as we know it through religion. When Adam and Eve got cast out, no, how about instead of Adam and Eve, when the first humans, there we go, were cast out by the Creator, the house was just the garden took on an identity of its own. Because of this, jeez, I'm just messing up on the typing. Because of this, I'm still messing up on the typing. That's embarrassing. Because of this, the entity created through this identity dedicated its existence to helping grant the desires of living beings on the planet. Well, living beings on Earth and beyond. How about that, right? I haven't written in aliens yet, but why not? I'm happy with this paragraph. Well, with this little stanza here. Okay, so now we need to write more to kind of cover the basis of this right here. Desires of living beings on Earth and beyond. Over the millions of years, oh God, the millions of years, it has changed into multiple locations, multiple structures, homes, and homes, areas, jungles, and what else could it have possibly have been? Sanctuaries? That's a word I use in the Discord. And sanctuaries. It has theoretically, well, how about this, right? We make it easy. It has been everything anything that it could have possibly could have been over its existence in our reality. Hey, there we go. It has served as a medium between an upper realm full of representations. Oh wow, I'm cooking now. Full of representations of concepts. Full of endless representations of concepts. We, as we know them, would consider them God. Yeah, would consider these endless representations as gods. As gods, or something worse than that. Something far more powerful than just what we have generally come to understand. Yeah, there we go. But I digress. We gotta make this fun to read, right? So now that we've got I want to call this the meat and potatoes. Let me see. The Otis House is an entity that has existed since the creation of Earth. It was once the Garden of Eden as we know it through religion. When the first humans were cast out by the Creator, the garden took on an identity of its own. Because of this, the entity created through this identity dedicated its existence to help and grant the desires of living beings on Earth and beyond. Over the millions of years, it has changed into multiple structures, homes, areas, jungles, and sanctuaries. It has been everything that it could have possibly... I wrote the same thing over twice. I'm happy I'm reading this over again. It has been everything that it could have possibly been over its existence in our reality. It has also served as a medium between an upper realm full of endless representations of concepts. We, as we know them, would consider these endless representations as God, or something far more powerful than just what we have generally come to understand. But I digress. All right. So now we're going to get into the wish part. Back to desires, though. The oldest house formulates its structures, or formulates itself, through the desires of people. Or let's go with of living beings around it. So it's not that there is a homeless shelter. Or how about it's not just that there is a homeless shelter. There is a homeless shelter with a hard pause. It's that there is a homeless shelter that never runs out of food. Yeah. Food. Always has room. And is seemingly capable of giving anyone who needs who enters it everything they need to live a prosperous life after they exit it. It's after they exit. All. Yeah, there we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I love this idea so much. Oh my god. All right, so I have a strong inkling that maybe it's getting difficult to hear me. So I'm going to turn down the desktop audio a little bit. Okay, everything should be fine now. All right, so ah man, I think what we've got here is pretty good, but you know, we've got this mostly covered in these two. So now that I've kind of given an example, I need to find a way to make this a bit more practical and applicable to other things. So we are going to give context to this. This happens, or rather, the theming of it all, right? This is the reasoning, or the reason as to why this story exists. There is a purpose behind every home. Every home or structure built. Sometimes it's built. Sometimes it's to house the homeless. Or do great harm. No. Because the entity in and of itself is in a way kind of good. So we're going to try to keep the Otis house itself in a relatively positive light, because I'm essentially writing the Garden of Eden, or at least I'm personifying the Garden of Eden, right? So, okay. Okay, there's a purpose behind every home or structure built. Sometimes, hold on. Sometimes it is to house the homeless, or to accomplish overarching goals. I feel like that's an easy way to describe it, right? In the Otis house, these objectives become more obtainable through supernatural means. This doesn't mean that the impossible can be done here. Well, it does mean that the impossible can be done there. Everything, or to be in the Otis house, is to be how am I supposed to put this on paper? It seems so easy to do in Discord. So how about this, right? Maybe it's the music. What exactly was I listening to when I got this here? I have a playlist of songs here that I was listening to at the time. So let me think. It all started with something here. It started with the tech house, but I feel like because of how this is written, it wouldn't be fair to just like continue to start writing the tech house and not, yeah, because I got to add context to all this, and I want to start at the beginning. But that's kind of hard to do when I have to transcribe and like reword everything. So how about this, right? I want to do this without like triggering a copyright strike because some of the music that I have taken inspiration from is indeed copyrighted to all hell. So there's a reason as to why I'm sticking to video game music here. Wish I was on Twitch. How about this? No, because like this is official music. Damn it. Damn it. I got it. So this should work. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm getting it now. Yeah. The house helps people that enter it for to it. I'm this next sentence is gonna have some heavy lore implications. So like for to enter the house is to need to house, yeah. Because it is there to grant your wish. Yeah. To grant desires. There we go. And now that one sentence right there kind of messes with all of the writing we have to do. So as you can tell, there's a lot to write. Even DLC. It's a lot to write. But that's okay because I actually really enjoy writing this. So yeah. We will get to this bit right here in a second because this is the schoolhouse right here. Kind of where our D&D takes place. That's the setting. So let's finish writing the Otis house along with the rest of the secrets that I'm keeping from the Discord server. So let's see here. From the house's perspective, there is a vast gray area between between good and bad desires. Because right now I'm still writing the Garden of Eden. I've written the house as it is. I kind of gave an example. Where? Here? No. Here. I gave that example here. But and I gave context to that example right here. So now I'm kind of giving personification to Eden. Right? So Eden is the house, of course. So from the house's perspective, there's a vast gray area between good and bad desires. Nothing is, even though things are black and white. Wait, let me, I'm extending this sentence. Even though things are black and white, the vastness of complications of situations are greater than what we would usually consider. This is because, yeah. What's next? Know your name? Oh, okay. Let's find your flame. Is greater than what we would usually consider. This is because the entity that is the Otis house itself itself isn't human, but instead a much higher being. Is he second to God? Hold on. There's a species ranking here that I typed up a long time ago. Where is the Otis house? Is here. And the entity that is the Otis and upper, yeah, here it is. All right, so we're here. And then we got the ferryman and the others. We got magic and alchemy. This is gonna be a fun thing to write. And then we got us here, and then everything underneath us. So, where how high is he from us? So we got 1, 2, and 3. All right, a much higher being. Much higher being that is much closer to the unknowable than we can ever be. To explain this, though, a long time ago, I considered, like, especially after writing everything, this stuff came way later. Like, this is probably one of the most recent entries. Yeah, I wrote this year. I wrote this like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6 months ago. But it made me really think about how I considered living things in, or living or conceptual beings in this universe, right? So here I started off with this. This was initially at the bottom, and then I put the concepts for magic and alchemy right above us. Then the dedicated stewards of the house, that would be the ferryman, the letter woman, and the rest of that. And then we put the entity that is the Otis and upper house. That would be Eden, as we talked about earlier. And then we got the Otis house itself as a concept, the Otis house, not the identity that is also the Otis house. They're two separate There's two separate identities. One is the Otis house, and one is the entity that is also the Otis house. They're two equal parts of the Otis house, but also not the same, if that makes any sense at all. Then we have the upper house, which is the bit that houses the conceptual beings, the gods. And then we've got something else, which is supposed to be the thing that serves as a buffer between conceptual beings and the angels. Then we have heaven. I feel like heaven is self-explanatory. Then we've got our idea of God, what we think of God, like the God, the creator. You know what I mean? Yahweh and Jehovah Jireh. And then we have something that is actually God, because the actual God is not something that we can put into proper sense. Christianity likes to talk about God as an indescribable being. So I took that idea and I just kind of went down with the unknowable, which is actually God. I feel like I explained that really well. And then after writing, or at least getting an idea of this right here, with it, then the Otis Labyrinth, which is also a gateway into hell, I just kind of decided that if I'm gonna have hell in the story, then I'm gonna put in demons. Right? So now we have going down, and I'm hoping that I kind of made this exist in a really nice way. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's fine. All right. We're not exactly in the middle, but this is fine. I could probably mix heaven and angels, bring it down to 10, and yeah. Anyways, I don't want to touch this. I think this is good, honestly, because, you know, yeah. So we got us, automatons, and other living beings and denizens. So that'd be animals and stuff like that. Then we got they that are being punished by the Otis house. I wrote something called the Hell House, and a bunch of racist people are burning in there. So, and then we got corrupted denizens, people that's been brought over to the dark side of things. and are just kind of hanging out in the older iterations of the oldest house. And then we got evil house heads, and that's also going to be something that I'm going to have a lot of fun writing. And then we got demons, and then we got hell, stewards of hell, which is kind of like here. Or rather, the demons are supposed to be direct, contrast to the angels. But seeing as to how they're not evenly split apart, that's fine. We got hell that are lower than demons, and then we got stewards of hell. And then we got our conception of Satan / Lucifer. And then we got Satan or Lucifer himself, which is supposedly supposed to be the unknowable equivalent to God. But because Lucifer was once an angel himself, I decided that there's got to be something worse, something unknowably worse, which ironically might just be God, but that's the way it is here. So, coming back here, much closer to the unknowable than we can ever be. So, Eden's perception on right and wrong is different from how we kind of conceptualize it. Also, I guess this bit here is also a nice bit of context to what exactly we're writing. So, to go back to houses. Yeah. I need a preamble. Fuck. I'm gonna write the preamble in a bit because that should also help here. Because right now I'm writing Eden. Excuse me. I've also never written Eden before. Or rather, I have, but that was in, story detail. So, this is starting to get a little exhausting. But that could also be because I haven't eaten at all. And then I've got work tomorrow as well. So let's see here. From the house's perspective, there is a vast gray area between good and bad desires. Even though things are black and white, the vastness of complications of situations are greater than what we would usually consider. This is because the entity that is the oldest house itself isn't human, but instead a much higher being that is much closer to the unknowable than we can ever be. So, it strives to grant good desires and the gray desires while combating evil desires. It has shown this through providing shelters and giving the means to people to combat very bad things happening inside of it. And I think that would be good for the oldest house. Maybe I'll come back and write some more, but I think this is good. And you can throw me to the wolves, 'cause I am undefeatable. I'm hanging on to the other side. I won't give up till the end of May. I'm what you get when the stars collide. Now face it, you're just an enemy. Whoa, whoa, you're crossing the line. Now you've run out of time. Alright, so okay, now we're jumping around because I really do want to write this story, but yeah, let's do this preamble. Can I set this? No, I'll worry about it later. So I'll find another way. How did I do this? House files. Now it's crystal clear. It's time to face your fear. Alright, so this is not in the center, and I hate that it's not in the center title. Nope. No. 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 Go back. Hold on. Or maybe it is in the center, and I'm just being a dick. It doesn't feel like it's in the center. All right, now here I feel like we can really just copy and paste this. Oh, hold on. There we go. There are older houses within the oldest house, previous iterations of itself that came to be through the collective wishes of the public. These houses are expansive enough to be like other worlds, or small as to be one building or a little area. Anything that humanity has ever wished for, there most likely is already a house somewhere in there. These houses can be accessed through a kind of midway point between the houses. This point is called backstage. It's the space between houses that facilitates travel between them. Depending on the time of day, this space can be a dark, starry sky amongst a clear sea, or a bright blue sky with a clear sea. I said the same thing. Whatever. Or in times of crisis, a misty lake of spectral trees. Oh, I forgot about this. I'm gonna make a note of this right here. This is based on the current state of the traveler moving through backstage, so everyone will see something as it pertains to them, because everyone's perspective is different. Yo, I cooked a little bit on this. Cool. Cool. I think this is good. I like this. This is good. I like that I've already kind of written it, and I'm having fun transcribing everything. So let's... Bam. Preamble. I want to order this properly, but yeah. All right, so that's good. Because this is gonna show out of order, I really want this to be... Huh. How do I order stuff? This is something I've probably never had to deal with here. But view. Group by... Oh wow. Tags? I can do tags, right? I can do tags. So we're going to put this as one. I want to edit this. Can I? Properties. Advanced? No. I could just number it. Right? I think I'm gonna number it. Yeah, I'm gonna number it. 1. No, whoa. Go back. 1 dot. Am I don't think I'm allowed to name files 1 dot, am I? Oh, I am. Sweet. All right, cool. So, give me the name. All right, thank you. 2 dots. Awesome. No. All right, so I think we should go based off of necessity. I know I said I wanted to write the story, but I think we're actually, I think I'm actually doing really good here. So this is the house lore, which makes sense for it to be here. Let's focus on houses for now. Yeah. So with the houses, I'm going to offer context as to why they exist. I'm not just gonna, spawn in a house and it kind of exists without a purpose. You know what I mean? I can't put down this house exists because I want it to. Nah. I mean, of course I want it to, but It's also friggin' something. What is this, 14? It's 14, yeah. Bum, 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 bum. The schoolhouse is Spirit Point High. This is going to be the setting that these couple are going to be running through. Spirit Point High is what will be known as a schoolhouse if it ever gets sent backstage. It is the current iteration of the house, came to be in an impoverished and minority area where the parents of a new generation collectively wish for their children to have a good chance of making it in adulthood. Although unexplained, the school has the ability to educate without the need for students to really go to class or do homework. The teachers and the denizens here are a mix of real people and house-made entities. The adult and custodians, although capable of actually teaching, tend to mostly be used as advisors, while the students make the most out of the properties of the house. The students, by just interacting with the oldest house, are given the above average capabilities of pursuing whatever field they have a passion in and be successful. Without the need of going to college. I'm gonna write that bit in there too. Students mostly spend time socializing, running errands for the Letterwoman and Ferryman, exploring the house and backstage, building reputations, doing missions in the name of the house, and some of them are just surviving. And that is something that I got a really nice chance to explore a bit, because I know people that were homeless in well, I know people that were homeless in high school, and some of them, they didn't really eat until they got to school. So when I say just surviving, I mean some of them don't have a home to go back to. So they tend to just stay in the school. I've stopped talking about real life. I'm going back to the oldest house now. So yeah. I need to go to college. Though they have the choice to, if they want to. They can go to college on a full scholarship. By Spirit Point High. Yeah. That's good right there, right? I think that's good. You explained. Now I'm not alone. A family all my own. I get to go home with you. My wings deep inside, flowing from my eyes. I get to go home with you. Okay. I'm getting all sentimental now. So yeah. Is there anything else I want to add here? Oh, okay. I feel like I've already kind of covered the whole wish fulfillment thing about how you could probably like fly if you want to, but maybe it's worth mentioning here. Is it worth mentioning here? I mean, it's in the Discord chat, so like maybe it's not. I don't think it is. I think we're good. I think this is good. Mhm. Oh, oops. And now we're cooking. All right. So we're gonna do the garden house and then maybe Hotel California, honestly. Yeah. Let's do the garden house right quick. I don't know why, but this feels more in the center. Oh, hello, you. How are you? You stay there. I'll be with you in a second. This is what having a lot of RAM feels like. It feels great. All right, so here's the deal with the garden house. It's one of my personal favorite houses that I've written. Um, The Amazon is what's known as the garden house to the students that visit this beautiful place. This iteration of the house came to be by those who wish to preserve the forests and the jungles of the planet. This place is as large as the real world Amazon rainforest, the difference in being that it houses denizens who run farms and that are capable of providing any food that a person could ask for. The garden house is a living entity that readily provides for the people inside of it. The house has an extremely vast variety of wildlife that denizens cattle and herd for food and resources. The garden house can provide permanent housing for no cost, provide foods and fruits for no cost, and just about anything a visitor could ever need. The students frequent this house for its perfect weather and for food whenever needed. Some of the students that have really bad home situations live here. They have nice little cabins with Wi-Fi and heating. Their beds always keep them warm, and they never sleep with empty bellies. They are safe here. A lot of the families from when the house was the current iteration are still here tending to the garden house. They live long and happy lives here. Yeah. This is kind of the place that I dream about. Oh wow, this music is making me a little sentimental. But yeah, this is the place that I dream about as I go to sleep, cuz I imagine sleeping in a nice little cattle or cottage somewhere up in the trees in a hammock or in a bed, my choice, and looking up at the stars as I sleep, because here in the garden house, my allergies no longer bug me. This place is probably also the closest thing I could write to the actual Garden of Eden, but given as to how my only reference to the Garden of Eden, well, it's not my only reference, but the reference that I would want to use to what the Garden of Eden is in the Bible. So, and to be frank, that's not exactly all I want to go off of, because if I go based off of that reference, then I'm gonna put an Adam and Eve somewhere, and someone's gonna mess up the garden house for everybody. But I don't want to do that, right? If if you've noticed, there's also two names that I give each house. There is, starting off with Spirit Point High, is also known as the schoolhouse, or at least it will be known as the schoolhouse if it ever gets sent backstage. And then we have the garden house, which is, hold on, you're turning up too loud, right? We'll get back to you in a second. Just let me make this point. In fact, I might just change the song because that caught me off guard. um, we got Spirit Point High is what it's called right now, but if it gets sent backstage, it'll be called the schoolhouse, and that'll just kind of be its name. What the hell just happened? Hold on. Okay, yeah, the garden house. But the garden house, when it was the current iteration, it was just called the Amazon. But you, you get what I'm saying. We get the short moniker for what a house is after it gets sent backstage. So Spirit Point High is the current iteration, and this right here is just called the Garden House because it's already backstage. It's my favorite house, and because of that, it sits in a really nice spot in my heart for it, and I'm happy that I wrote it. So, we got the garden house, and now I kind of want to start writing story, but for that to happen, I need to write, or at least I need to get the hospital house and Hotel California down. As soon as I get these two down, we can actually start writing the story. And I have the story written down here on a nice little notebook. So we're gonna get these two transcribed, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started writing Arc 1, which is something that I'm really excited for, truth be told. We got House Files. Goodbye. Ah, shit. Bring that back. This shouldn't take too long. So, what are we on now? The hospital house. This carousel. You can't tell up from down. All right, so the hospital house. The clinic is what's known as the hospital house to the students who need aid or want to work in the medical field. This iteration of the house came to be by those who wish to heal others no matter the infliction. These people lived in an apartheid nation where medical aid was at times inadequate, not present, or too expensive. The hospital is a high-rise building with seemingly infinite operating, consulting, and examination rooms. There are never a shortage on supplies, inventory is always where it needs to be, and every patient entered is given the best possible care. The staff here are a mixture of denizens and actual people, all of which are exceptional doctors, nurses, medical assistants, specialists, and etc. Right? There's never a shortage or an understaff of any individual that is integral or minuscule in their role within the clinic. This place has the ability to quickly heal any illness or injury. This place is a personal favorite for all students. They are able to pick up the prescription medicine here, get glasses, treat wounds, or get aid for things they may have already had. This place has saved a lot of lives and will always remain a very important part of everyone's lives that experience the oldest house. That is perfect. I don't think I need to do anything with that, so we're going to do that. I don't think I need to add anything, right? Just by being here, like I said, to heal any illness or injury, as long as that's the case, then I have a means for the players to come and heal. So we are going to save as, what is this, number 5? Is this number 5? Yes, it is. All right, so we got number 5. This PC houses. This is also, a lot of nurses and doctors, like, they're utopia. Let's see here. Fucking ... The hospital house. Yeah. It was known as the clinic when it was the current iteration, but since it's backstage, it's known as the hospital house. So stuff gets sent backstage. This is in the lore. I haven't written, or at least I haven't transcribed that bit yet. But yeah. Now this specific house is going to be very, very important. This is Hotel California, and it's a spooky ass house, for real. This carousel makes us round and round, and down and right of life. You can't tell up from down. Having so much fun. So hey, here we go. It's Carousel. All right, Hotel California. This horrible place at that. This place wasn't really meant to be all that bad, but after listening to the song itself, which is why I wish I was on Twitch right now, after listening to the house itself and trying to come up with my own way of understanding what the hell the song is about, I've heard a lot of people say it's about addiction, and other people are like, well, it's about, oh no, hold on. That's an official song. I can't play that. I'll get messed up. All right. So wait. I need to go back to video game music. I strongly fear the copyright strike. So here we go. Silva Gunner. All right. So where was I at? This place wasn't meant. A lot of people told me what Hotel California is about. A lot of people were like, it's about addiction. Other people were like, it's about vampires. And so I just kind of took the notion that it could be about anything, and I made it as literal as I could possibly get it, and then made it fit in this world. So the hotel is what's known as Hotel California to the students who have heard stories or ended up here. This house was formed by travelers around the world that looked for free temporary lodging to sleep or eat before continuing to their destination. This place appeared in places that travelers moved and never stayed in once. Wait, what? This place appeared in places that travelers moved and never stayed in one spot. It had everything a traveler could want or need seemingly at a moment's notice. It could grant wishes as if it were alive and healed all wounds and defects. One day, a man with a malformed head came in, traveling from one place to another. He came in to sleep and rest to finish his trip in the morning. When he awoke the next day, he found his head had been made normal. He was cured of his birth defect that he had learned to live with and accept as a part of himself. He would have gotten it back had he waited another day, but he came out and assaulted the overseer, absorbing the power and forcing a link with him. The house sent this place backstage in response to keep the hotel head imprisoned backstage. Now the hotel head snatches those who are close to death in the oldest house and imprisons them in the hotel, so that when they die of old age, he can lead an assault on the oldest house itself to take it all and destroy everything. So that's the hotel head, right? And it's kind of touched on here, but the focus is on Hotel California itself instead of on him. So we're gonna leave this as it is. The revisions and the changes are going to come in the form of the house lore. Right now, this is to cover the house itself. So we're gonna stop here in regards to writing the houses, and then yeah. Are you so cold? Yeah, it's not on. It feels like I don't know you anymore. I don't understand why you're so cold to me. And you see, definitely there's something going on. All right, so let's get to the story. Yeah. So first, in the name of, I don't know. This is a little daunting, right? In the name of organization, I'm gonna write down, or at least start, the files for the DLCs first. Oh, the real thing I'm not on. It feels like I don't know you anymore. The Letter Woman's Time Gambit. And this name is going to change a lot. But yeah, I feel like during the duration of me doing this, that name is going to change. Then we have DLC Arc 2. Or Arc 5. Or no, DLC 2. Arc 5. The Ferryman's Desert Labyrinth. Okay. And I actually have an idea for what the labyrinth is. I have a photo scanner, and I was going to draw the labyrinth. It's going to have multiple floors, and the way in which I'm going to have the players travel is going to trigger certain events. There's only one way to complete the labyrinth. So, I'm excited to do this, actually. I just need to sit down and actually start doing it. Hopefully, I can do all that on stream. So, like, I have an idea for it. And it's a shame because I have the story written down here. So, like, yeah, there's going to be multiple floors. I'm going to come up with one way to solve it, which kind of sucks, given as how this is a D&D. But for the sake of the damn labyrinth, I gotta do something. You know, I really gotta do something that helps me keep things in an order of which I don't want to control it, but I need to have some variation of progression on my own. I mean, they could always choose not to go through it, which is fine, but you know, I still want to make that labyrinth. I desperately want to make that labyrinth, and I'm gonna. It's just a matter of actually doing it one day. And I'm hoping that I do it on stream because I'm gonna write it all out. I'm gonna draw it out with stuff. And then yeah. So then this last DLC bit here is something that I've been thinking about recently. And it's a crime syndicate because there's this thing called the Neon Kingdom. And I need to finish writing the what's it called? I need to finish writing the house file for that. I haven't even started writing the house file for the Neon Kingdom. It's just a matter of me actually doing it. So it's like, yeah. Of course, when all of this is done, I'm going to take this entire file and I'm gonna put it in a Google Doc somewhere, so that if this does get any like traction, if I somehow get really popular off of this shit, then I'm gonna, everything is readily available to be seen, right? So we got DLC 1, 2, and 3, and then I need to start the arcs. Yeah, done. So here we're about to start actually writing. How many arcs is there again? Is it like 4? Hey, Shaggy. So right now, I am writing something. I'm writing The Oldest House, which is something I've always kind of hinted at, but I never really got the chance to really put it into action. And I decided that because playing video games on stream can be a little bit stressful, I decided to I was going to be doing this anyway, and figured I'd dedicate a little bit of time to transcribing what I've got, maybe switching it around, so that when it's time to actually play this, I have a better sense of control of what's going on. So let me see here. I count one arc 2. We got arc 3 part 1. And then arc 4. Yeah, all right. So we got arcs 1 through 3. And then fucking hell. Alright. Arc 1. I'm having fun. Then we got Arc 2. Then we got Arc 3. Part 1. Fair enough. And then we got Arc 3, Part 2. Wait, is there an Arc 4? Yes, there is an Arc 4. So then we've got Arc 4. Now, this is something that I don't have too much of in here. I don't have the arcs in here. It's just a matter of like, you know, it's a matter of really like writing it down. These are like little, or what? Do you have Sonic music in the background? I can't remember what, but it sounds good. Yeah, it's the Egg Dragoon from Silent Dreams. I actually think I might be able to do something with this. Yes, it's the Dragoon fight from Sonic Unleashed. It's a Silent Dreams edit of it all. I'm having YouTube run like random video game music to keep me from getting bored and also keep me from eating a copyright strike. So I'm thinking about what direction I should take this now, because this is probably going to be a long document. So here's what we're going to do, right? Before we get into the characters, because by the time Arc 1 happens, like throughout all of Arc 1, the players should not meet. I hit a quick button that started the saving stuff. The players should not meet the hotel head. So we're not going to worry about that too much. Although, like I said, they shouldn't meet them, but because of the fact this is a D&D, and if they get close to death without making an effort to go to what's it called, the hospital house, then they're most likely going to end up in Hotel California. And I really don't want that, because now that just kind of changes the whole story at that point, because now I gotta move stuff up. If you get my drift, right? So now what we're gonna do here is that we're going to write for a main scenario, which is what I want my players to do, and then we're going to go through a number of other things, right? So in my little notepad here, it reads players. Oh God. Players can explore the Otis house at their leisure or goof around. With the overall setting. Right there. Right there. Overall setting. At some point, here's a story bit. At some point, they will encounter a student that is going around and harming denizens. Yeah, here we go. What else is going on here? Going around and harming denizens and stealing stuff. Stuff like weapons and important items. This student will be dubbed the House Thief. Shaggy, what do you think? Should he be known as the house thief, or I don't know, the burglar, or something like that? Because like when I was thinking about this character, I like of course there is like a lot more going on with this character than just him being some antagonist. So what do you think? Should he be a burglar, or what should his name be? The burglar or the house thief? Personally, I think the house thief is pretty cool, but then again, nah, I don't know. Can I move this down here? Hold on. Actually, no, wait, I could do this right quick, right? Where is wait. Cause that's monitor 2. Where's monitor 1? Display capture. Oh no, I need window capture. Yeah, I need a window capture. Hold on. Let me just yeah. There we go. JJ. We're gonna set this right here. That looks good, right? You like House Thief? I like House Thief too. All right, so dub the House Thief. All right, great. Let's see what else I got here. Players will probably ask why he's stealing this shit. Want to inquire why he is doing this, but he will refuse to answer out of fear that why. Well, how about this? Out of fear of the future, because I might accidentally give it away. It's just like it's okay for me to give it away here, but until we get to Arc 4 or Arc 3, I probably shouldn't, write too much within Arc 1. So, yeah. Players can explore the oldest house at their leisure or goof around with the overall setting. At some point, they will encounter a student that is going around and harming denizens and stealing stuff like weapons and important items. The student will be dubbed the House Thief. Players will probably want to inquire why he is doing this, but he will refuse to answer out of fear of the future. All right, cool. Oh, okay. I guess I'm writing it down right now because I wrote it down already here. So we're doing this now, right? Bam. And then we're going to put this in brackets to kind of like give off an importance here, something for me. Later in the arcs, it will be revealed that there will be an extinction level event. And that is also something that needs to be written down in the house lore. And that is something that we are going to worry about at a later date. Probably not tomorrow, although it should be tomorrow. Probably tomorrow if I come back to doing this. But yeah. The whole event will occur on the schoolhouse. On the schoolhouse. And if an extinction level event happens on the current iteration of the house, then everything within the oldest house will cease to exist. Meaning that it will have never existed in the first place. And seeing as to how the Garden of Eden is integral, is tied to all living things, or is the source of all living things, or blah, the Garden of Eden is integral to the history of all living things, that would mean that it would be the end of life as we know it, leaving only the creator and maybe the house entity. And that right there is our first revision. This is our first edit, and I'm so proud of it because it lets me add in so much more detail a little bit. So, I guess we're adding in a bit more context here as well. So how about this, right? I'm gonna double bracket this because this is also another secret. The house the house thief is gathering items and harming specific denizens and house overseers that have anything to do with this. Thing to do with this extinction event. Okay. So, because this is Arc 1, oh, hold on. He also won't tell anyone why he's doing this. He thinks by talking it will actually trigger. So player, okay, great. Out of fear of the future, I don't need to write that bit. And then also, we're gonna make a note here saying that players are able to kill the house thief, which has a lot of implications on the story, and in truth is gonna be really, really funny. That can't play because that's also official media. I would eat a nasty copyright strike. So I'm almost done. I'm about to end the stream because I gotta go eat dinner and then relax and get ready for work tomorrow. But this is a nice thing. I might do this a little bit more often now that I feel a bit more comfortable writing on stream, because I could just throw my ideas out there. Oh, I keep pressing the save as button. I don't know why, but it's a quick button. So yeah. All right. So let's see here. Oh, that's the end of Arc 1. Okay, it's just a bunch of I guess I figured that the players are probably going to want to run around the house and maybe do a bit of side quests and probably build up their armor. So that's probably going to be all of Arc 1. All right, so let's make a note of that then, right? Players will be encouraged, and they probably would want to, knowing Angel, to find the items needed to craft and upgrade. To craft and upgrade for their armor and to familiarize themselves with the house. So now is the part where I need to start writing some side quests, and that is going to be a trial and a half. So I'm satisfied with this being arc one. I know it's 1 page long. Trust me, the other arcs are a lot longer, a whole lot longer. But arc one, I'm okay with being just this. I am going to have the notion, or at least I think that um I'm having a brain fart. I believe that the arcs are probably going to take 2 sessions max, probably, because it's not a very long Dungeons and Dragons. This is why there's an existence of DLCs. I have an ending in mind. It's just a matter of, wait, what? Are you going to turn this into One Piece length? Nope, absolutely not. I don't have the gall to keep writing a story so that it has 1,000 entries. I mean, like, I probably could, depending on, well, actually, surprisingly, one of the endings has the oldest house reforming into something that's One Piece like, but because I don't have the stomach to really write like that, I'm therefore much less likely to allow the story to continue on the way it's going. At least not like that. I don't want it to be that way. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping that this is a short Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I believe it's probably gonna take like an hour to 2 hours long for a session. And yeah, the first for arc one, I think it's only gonna take like 1 session. Then after that, the other arcs are probably gonna take a combined total of maybe 2 sessions. So like arc one is 1 session. They find out about the house thief. They fight him, or they try to inquire why he's stealing all this stuff. They won't succeed. They either fight him or they don't. They leave him alone to go explore the other parts of the house, or and they do side quests and find the armor they need, learn a bit more about the house and all that extra stuff, or they just goof around and they die or something like that. I suppose they could make arc one a lot more longer than they ought to be, but that's the freedom that comes with Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna let them do whatever they want, and I will just formulate the story around that via improv. I'm good at improvisation. So yeah. For arc two, though, because I acknowledge the want to upgrade your armor, because the way I have armor set up is that I gotta get to the part here. So armor. Oh my god, where is it? This is embarrassing. Chapters 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. What the hell? Did I? Oh, I started writing the DLC. Okay, that's cool. That's fine, cuz I'll need that later on, but right now I'm looking for the armor stuff. It's in my notes. Give me a quick second. That's the canon ending. Okay, here we go. So for armor, I could probably write this right now. Matter of fact, I know I said I was about to end the stream, but I could probably write this right now. Let me bring back the window capture right quick. Shouldn't take too long. Bam. Bam. Items. Would you consider armor counts as no? How about this, right? Let's start up a new folder. Bum, 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 bum. We're gonna call this battle stuff. Right. So I need to order this in a ways as well. So because right now it's in alphabetical order and I don't like that. It's just armor. This has gone through a whole lot of changes, especially the battle system has gone through a ton of changes over the course of me writing the oldest house. And it is it's a very daunting task, and I hate doing it. Huh? Like, don't get me wrong, I love writing this. Is there a way to change that? Changing what? Making it hard? Oh man. But yeah, okay, so I think there's a section dedicated to the armor stuff in the Discord. So let me check that right quick. There should be. I remember writing it. Just I wrote it down in my notebook, and then I probably didn't transcribe it onto here before I started writing it in my Word document. So let's see. Geez. Alchemy, magic, the spiral. No, the alphabetical order. Yeah, I could number them. I could number the files. Armor and defense. Okay, so yes, this is what you need. I can number them, and I can also probably figure out a way to do it. It's just a matter of me actually figuring it out. But right now, the easy solution is to number them. Also, Jade is supposed to be playing in this as well. So I'm hoping this will be fun. Armor. All right, so armor must be purchased for each player and can be upgraded through the progression of arcs. You can buy armor in Arc 1, and it'll grant 10% negation from enemy attacks. Then in Arc 1, you can upgrade it so that it'll negate 20%. By the end of Arc 1, story progression will organically upgrade your armor by 10%. So by the time you all reach the end of Arc 4, you would ideally have 80% damage negation if you took the time to find the materials to upgrade your armor in each arc. You only need to upgrade one player's armor for all of you to get the upgrade too, but you have to buy each piece of armor separately for each player. This I like a lot, because the strange part about armor and damage negation in a D&D is that it needs to be very specific, because I could have just gone based off of the already established Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not gonna lie, I hate writing as it pertains to an overarching canon. Like, I need to write in tangent of other elves and species. I need to be understanding of the fact that, like, kingdoms already exist, and if I want this to exist in the overarching Dungeons and Dragons, then I'm not gonna have fun writing it. Like, what do I have to have, like a whole wizard school or something like that? Yeah, no, I'd rather I create the world and I allow the world to exist as I want it to exist. So in this case, it feels organic. Yeah, it's restrictive. It feels restrictive. It feels suffocating. Now there are some people who enjoy writing in that notion because the canon is already established. They don't need to write past, and this is what the characters will do. They don't need to write past that. Me, on the other hand, because everything is original, the only thing that I'm copying from Dungeons and Dragons is the concept that numbers mean something and turn-based combat. The story, the characters, the species, the beings, the themes, all kind of come from me. And any situations or themes that kind of exist alongside my bit that is comparative to Dungeons and Dragons as a whole is simply coincidental. I didn't do it on purpose. That, and because I'm not all that huge in the Dungeons and Dragons lore, I don't know it at all. There was like a time where I did play Dungeons and Dragons with Disorder, but that kind of fell through. Like, I probably had like maybe 2 or 3 sessions, but yeah, I that didn't go anywhere fast. So I still don't know what's going on in Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I saw the movie, the comedy Dungeons and Dragons. I couldn't tell you what the setting of that world is. I couldn't tell you if the characters in that movie were actually characters living in the world or if they were just kids role playing it. But you know, it's whatever, right? So here we have Armor, right? We got 10% armor on purchase. Wait, arrows, right? Can I insert arrows into this? Yes, I can. 10% arrows upon purchase. Or 10% armor. Fuck. Wait. Negation upon purchase. Right? Let's use /. Or maybe we'll just list it. Yeah, I like the idea of listing it. 10% armor negation on purchase. Players upgrade armor during Arc 1 for 20% damage negation. Is this a syllabus? Okay, so then at that point, players progress to Arc 2. It started playing official music, so let me keep myself from dying. This is fine. Players progress to Arc 2. Armor automatically upgrades. To, what is it? 40%? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah. To 30%. It's 30% now. So 30%. Players upgrade armor to for 40% negation. Then players progress to Arc 3. Armor automatically upgrades to 50%. Yeah. And then players upgrade armor. You see the pattern, right? During Arc 3. For 60. Praying. Living life knowing that ye must die. Final Fantasy 16 Monka Shake. Yeah, hold on, wait, because I don't have Final Fantasy 16. I was about to buy it, but you know, I decided to save money. What is the soundtrack like in that game? Is it great? Not bad. Oh wow, I recognize this song actually. That's something. All right. But yeah, 10% damage negation upon purchase. Players upgrade armor during Arc 1 for 20%. Players progress to Arc 2, armor automatically upgrades to 30. Players upgrade armor during Arc 2 for 40%. let's see. Damage negation. Yeah, that word's important. Players upgrade armor during Arc 3 for 60% damage negation. Then players progress to Arc 4. Right? That's what we're on? Yeah. 4 armor. Upgrades to 70%, right? That's where we're at now? Yeah, 70%. Damage negation. Players upgrade armor during Arc 4 for 80% damage negation. So, like, this is the idealized rate of damage negation. And I think we're golden in regards to this, right? Am I leaving anything out, Shaggy? Or are we good here? So right now I'm tracking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. So they need to buy 5 pieces of armor. And then during the arcs, upgrade the armor. They only need to upgrade one person's armor for everybody to get the upgrade. So then, yeah, am I leaving anything out? Could this be better? Could it be worse? I think it looks pretty good. This is some really good music. I think it's good. So you said, ooh, interesting? Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's pretty simple and easy to grasp. Cool. And that's usually good. Great, great, great. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this then. If it's too complicated, not everyone can get down with it. Yeah, I agree. If the plays in the beginning of the game, I think. I've never played 16. Oh, okay. I want to play 16, but I will I'll get to the game when I have the money for it, because right now I don't. So yeah. Battle stuff. Armor. Alright, I guess we should probably go over how to fight. In this case, this is complicated, right? The battle system has been changed so many times that it's bothered me. I first started writing this in 2021, and it is 2023 right now. And I'm not gonna lie, this right here has gone from being very complicated to a Persona 5 clone to what it is right now, and I'm comfortable with what it is right now, but it's like, Jesus, it's a lot, because now that everything kind of exists in a while, it's kind of like, I gotta think about how we gotta fight now. All right, so like, yeah, I mean the D&D is fine. You're cool. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about fighting in this game. Oh man. All right. So instead of there being a natural 20 in any sense, we're gonna do this in dice, essentially, right? And I have a 20-sided die right here, but actually wait, because I might end up rolling for everybody. I might be able to use the 20-sided. Nope, 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 never mind. Because I've already gotten really into it with this battle system. I don't want to change it anymore. Because if I do change it again, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it, Shaggy. I'm not gonna like it anymore. So let me do this now. How to fight. And luckily, I've already written this down in the Discord server so I can copy and paste it instead of having to transcribe what I wrote down here. So like, Lord have mercy. I've been kind of dreading this and looking forward to this for a long time. So it's like, man, I know I said I was gonna end the stream earlier, but like, dude. The real thing is that I don't feel like writing any more story for Arc 1 because I need to write down more um I need to write side quests. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about right now, and I'll think about it while I'm at work tomorrow. So yeah. Here's how to fight. I took elements from Persona 5 and then just kind of moved it over here, right? Living life knowing that you must die. Alright, I'm gonna try to order this in a way that is understandable. Choosing hope when all hope has been lost. I'm sorry, I can't sing right now. Ooh, that's bad. Refresh. I meant to hit this button. Why does it? Oh, it's because I edited it. Alright. Fights are handled in turn-based combat where players will fight against opponents or each other. Players will use dice. Players will use 6-sided dice. And their equipped moves to fight, right? And now we talk about statuses. This is before we actually get into the battle. The battling. No. Inward a bit more. Bullet. There we go. So now we have poison, which does a 5% damage per turn. When should it end? Should it end in 3 turns? I think it should. It ends in 3 turns of the afflicted. There we go. Stone. Afflicted cannot move for 3 turns. We're playing with 3s here. I'm trying to keep it simple, but I also want to include these. We got bleeding, which does 5% damage per turn. And stacks an additional 5% per cut. Yeah, I like that. Then we got Rage. will randomly attack allies and enemies. What's going on? Uncontrollably and outside of turn. We got mind control, which means the opposing force will control their actions. And then we're gonna stick with that. Then we got freeze. I'm mute for a bit. I gotta solve a math problem. Go ahead and cook, big dog. Can't move for 1 turn. Burn. 5% unrecoverable damage. Entire fight's duration. If burned more, another 5% coverable for the duration of the fight. I'm here, reaching far across these new frontiers. With my life I fight this fear. With my hands I float the ones I love. Always through new horizons. Alright, here we now have shock. Just can't move for 3 turns. And the status effect. Some to others via physical touch. We have cursed. Will die or be destroyed in 3 turns. Alright, so now that we got the statuses taken care of, oh man. Now we can actually like move on to attacking. Alright, so on their turn, the player will roll a 6-sided dice and Damage will be dealt based on the move and the number they get. In later arcs, player will get to roll 2 dice. This is specifically after arc 2. They will get 2 dice. Players have 6 slots for moves, 3 for unarmed moves and 3 for armed moves. Some moves you can only use with a weapon, but every move that can be equipped unarmed can also be equipped in one of your armed slots. There are 4 players on the field at a time. Leftover players can be swapped in to replace players, even if they have fallen in battle. Some moves can only be equipped in the armed slot because they require a weapon to perform them. Magical and alchemical moves used in battle must also take up a slot, but those moves can be equipped in either armed or unarmed slots. Doesn't matter. Okay. Sound the alarm. Shatter me like glass. Coming in the past. That you give. You promised to help me reveal. You caught me off guard. Sound the alarm. Said you'd keep me safe, now you're tearing me down. Am I way to waste now that you're not around? Come and leave your mark. Candlelight my heart. Fight the pain away, my head is in ruins. Leave you in a day, I don't know how you do it. Come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart. Alright, so for attacking, I have something here. I know it is here because I painstakingly wrote it all. Oh god, my car smells terrible. I'm gonna fix that. I don't like the way my car smells. I'm definitely going to fix that because I'm afraid that's how I smell. I'm gonna fix that now. I'm gonna fix that tomorrow. As soon as I get off work, I'm gonna fix that. So, we are now gonna go over dice rolls, right? So for this bulletin, I am going to use "Hey, my head is in ruins." Yeah. You see, now I'm starting to get why Dungeons and Dragons has a 20-sided die, because every digit or every number probably does 5% damage based off of it. While here, I'm dealing with a 6-sided dice, or for a total of 12 numbers, so I had to divide it up a certain way. So we got a 10% knockdown chance, right? %3 has a 9% damage with a 15%. Mm-hmm. 12% damage. while I was rewriting the battle stuff, I was really concerned with balance, which made me rethink the armor stuff in its entirety. So, like, I got really sad because now I had to redo the fighting stuff all together. So it's kind of like, I don't. This I feel like is a lot more balanced than what I had going for me, because now it's something that I can work with, and it gives me an opportunity to really gauge how I want to do health. So I figured that doing things this way makes it that much more obtainable, right? That way players, I can keep health at a 100% range, and I can make damages a lot higher up in range. Like this right here looks like it's not doing much out of a 100 percentile, right? And frankly, it's not. This is all moves as if it doesn't have any, 8 to it. All of these are moves as if there is no friggin' weapon attached. And weapons can augment damage scale. So these are damages done independently of a weapon. If you're just using your bare hands, this is the amount of damage that you'll do. And these are the chances that you'll have as well on knockdown. But with weapons and magic, it changes. With that kind of stuff, you have a higher chance of doing stuff, and you also have a higher, of course, damage percentile, right? Also, at the end of Arc 2, we're probably never going to see a 1 get rolled ever again. But, that's just the way things are. Let me move this. I probably should have put this up here to begin with. Always to new horizons. I'm really going to clean the hell out of my car. Oh my god. I'm gonna detox that motherfucker like it's never been detoxed before. I hate the smell. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that tomorrow morning. I might just wake up early and take my car and go get detailed. All right. Uh, 25%. Oh, oops, wrong button. I'm starting to think that maybe I should leave the knockdown chances alone. Yeah. I will work that out later on. Right now, it's just, yeah. Okay. Ah, man, I feel like I just did a lot right now. Can I move this up? Since, yeah. Can I shorten the gap between these? Well, I mean, these are easier to see with them separated like that. So, like, yeah. I fat fingered the M. Nope. Mm, 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 mm. Nah. Mm. We are going to get rid of this part right here. This part no longer exists. There is no defending. Because of how armor works, I don't see a purpose in giving players the ability to defend. So, yeah. But I've been streaming for 2 hours. I worked God knows how many hours today. So, like, I'm beat. Time for me to relax. I will finish this. Well, to be fair, I should probably finish it now, but I'm beat, honestly. Then you shouldn't have started this, James. Meh. I love this song. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Doom, 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 doom. Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe I am finished. Yeah. I'm gonna think about conditions later on. But right now, I think I'm good with this. Yeah. We're done here. This is the first time I've kind of dedicated a whole stream to like um yeah, it's the first time I've dedicated an entire stream to writing. 2 hours and 10 minutes of it at that. So I appreciate you all for watching. Keep digging, and hopefully I see you guys later in like I don't know, a day and a half from now. I'm probably not gonna see y'all Sunday since I'm trying to stream every other day now. I don't know. So to maybe circumvent that, I might stream tomorrow after I get back from work. Hopefully I don't stay at work all day again. So like, yeah. Um hmm. I don't know, maybe I will, cause I got stuff to do tomorrow as well. Devin is coming back, so there's also that. Uh hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm probably gonna stream some Kingdom Hearts because that's been on my mind lately. But yeah. Uh have a nice day, night, morning, and keep digging.